Okay, in this video I'm going to show you how to create stamps that have textures on them, and I'm going to show you how to make two different kinds. One where you actually carve into the clay, or you press into the clay, so you're removing it, and then one where you add clay to create your stamp, so you're not really carving anything out or pressing into the clay, you're actually going to add pieces to create your design. So you want to start out with a piece of clay, and it doesn't need to be a big piece, and it doesn't need to be perfect yet. Just trying to get my general stamp shape, and I don't like my stamps to be too big, and I also like to make the handle fit to my fingers. So to do that, I kind of tap it first just to even out the sides. And then I'm going to press down to flatten this part, but now I'm also squeezing with my fingers. So now my thumbprint and my fingerprints are going to be on the handle, so it will fit to my hand, and it will be easier to use my stamp. So I like to start with a smooth surface. So I'm just using my rib and I'm just gently smoothing it out. And you can use a rubber rib, whichever one. Alright, so with this one I'm going to use my modeling tools to press into the clay to make indentions or to remove clay to create this stamp. So you should have done your sketches. So I'm looking at my sketches as I go for reference. And be creative. You can use any of the modeling tools, see what they all do. If you want to practice first just on a scrap piece of clay to see what happens, see what comes out. So I'm just gently pressing, making it a little deeper. And this is just one of the wooden modeling tools. But you'll notice like I'm pressing, I'm not scraping or trying to draw it in. Okay, and I'm also going to add a little detail inside the little squares just by using the tip of the modeling tool. I'm just gently pressing down. Just so it's not just plain lines, plain checkers. It's more interesting, more original that way. So that's how you do it when you are removing clay or just pushing into the clay. Now I'm going to show you how to make a stamp where you are actually adding pieces of clay to create the raised surface. So again, I'm going to start out with my hunk of clay, make it a little smaller, start to shape it. And I think I want this one to be circular, so I'm actually going to just kind of start to roll it. And then cut off that. So now I start to get a rounded shape instead of a square. so again, I'm just gently tapping, flattening out this part, making sure it stays circular. And again, using my fingers, just gently press in so it conforms to my fingers. Smooth it out. And now I'm just going to use little scraps that I have, and I'm going to, again, I'm looking at my sketches, and I'm going to make little points, I think, that are going to come up. I'm going to roll out a little bit. And then this is where you guys can experiment with making different shapes. And I'm going to make them all first on the table so I know that they'll all be similar shapes and sizes before I put them on. So anytime you're putting two pieces of clay together, you need to score and slip. So I'm going to gently score with my needle tool where I'm going to put these little pieces. And I'm going to add a tiny bit of water. And then I'm just gently pressing down to attach those pieces together. And I'm doing it so I'm not messing it up. So I'm not smashing it down, just gently pressing it down. And then you can use your modeling tool to kind of blend it down at the bottom just to make sure that it's going to be attached and won't fall off when it dries. Like that. And I'm going to smooth it out just a little with my finger. And then if you don't like the way it ended up, you can always keep working on it with your tools. So that would be how you make a stamp by adding clay to the top.